details emerging tonight, weeks after Northern Virginia woman and her child were killed in a car crash in Dumfries. Police believe the victim's boyfriend intentionally pulled out into traffic. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis speaking with the victim's family. She joins us live tonight from Dumfries with more. Tisha.
We did speak with them, and they're still trying to put together the pieces of how this could happen to their loved one. It's a tragic story to report. The fatal accident happening right here at this busy intersection. You can see that there's still the skid marks in the roadway from the accident here on Dumfries Road and Fortuna Center Plaza. There's also a makeshift memorial that was started. All of this on April 5th. We're told Mustafa Al-Jazari is accused of purposely driving his car into another SUV. Police say it happened after a verbal altercation between Al-Jazari and his girlfriend, 33-year-old Dorothy Deanna Horton. Horton and her 5-year-old daughter Empress were both killed in the crash. Al-Jazari was arrested 2 days later on April 7th at his home in Stafford and charged with 2 counts of manslaughter and 1 count of malicious wounding.
My sister was on phone with another one of her friends when all this was happening. And, he pulled out in traffic intentionally. I don't know if it was, I don't know what happened in the vehicle, but all I know is that it was said to be intentional and that he has a history of abusive behavior.
The victim, we're told, leaves behind 5 children. Her family has set up a GoFundMe page to assist with funeral expenses and other expenses. We'll be sure to put that information on our website, fox5dc.com. Back to you.
He said, my sister was on the phone as this is happening. So he's on national television on Fox 5, saying that his sister was on the phone telling her friend that Mustafa is crashing the vehicle on purpose. Now, this is Mustafa's girlfriend, Dorothy, half-brother. Now, this half-brother, through the police body cams, we're finding out that he doesn't know anything about his sister. He lives all the way in West Virginia. Dorothy's children doesn't even know or recognize what he looks like. He says on the police body cams, I never met Mustafa. Don't know who Mustafa is. But yet he's on national television telling us that he has a history of being abusive, that his sister was on the phone telling her friend that Mustafa is crashing the vehicle on purpose. Now, at the time, the dash camera is still sealed. I was going to say at the time, the dash camera is sealed. There's a dash camera in Mustafa's vehicle. It is still sealed by the Commonwealth attorney. I've since stole the dash camera from the Commonwealth attorney. Mustafa has a dash camera inside this car. I've leaked it on the internet. And if someone can go through this dash camera and show me where Dorothy is on the phone, I'm going to delete this YouTube channel, delete this podcast, will no longer podcast, and continue to stop going online and talking about the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to talk about any other case that comes out of Prince William County. You can find the dash camera on YouTube under Not Another Boring Podcast. Go through the dash camera and tell me where Dorothy is on the phone. That's a lie. Dorothy was never on the phone. They told the brother, the police department told the brother that your sister was on the phone. And now he's on national television telling the world that his sister was on the phone telling her friend that Mustafa crashed the vehicle on purpose. Now, before we jump into this podcast, we have a lot to talk about. Today, we're going to be talking about Tanisha Coleman. Everybody is pointing the finger at Tanisha Coleman, saying that she is the witness. The prosecutor says, I have a witness that will come forward and testify that this is premeditated, that Mustafa premeditated a murder. This is not a car accident. The problem here, when we go through the police body cams, the individuals that the prosecutor is relying on, They all say we were not there. But yet, give and lie about Mustafa. Give you a scenario. And then when they're asked, were you there? They say, we were not there. This is the definition of manufactured probable cause, the definition of hearsay. So today we're going to be talking about Tanisha Coleman, because every individual on a police body cam who claimed who claimed that this is premeditated murder, they say this is premeditated murder. Mustafa did this on purpose. And then when they're specifically asked, were you there? They say no. And they point the finger at someone else. We open the police body cam of that someone else, and they point the finger back at another person. And it's just a game of ping pong. So today, all those individuals are pointing the finger at Tanisha Coleman. So we're going to listen to the body cams of Tanisha Coleman. And what you'll find out is Tanisha Coleman tells you, I was not there. Before we jump into the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, into the body cam of Tanisha Coleman, let's go over to our local paper, Inside Nova, and find out what is going on around our county. So our local paper is Inside Nova. If you type InsideNova.com, you'll find that today they're talking about, they want to tell us that a black man sexually assaulted an 80-year-old woman. Now, the problem with this article is when you're reading and going through what our local paper is telling us, they're only giving you the narrative out of the police department. They're giving you the narrative out of the 80-year-old woman that says, a black man assaulted me. Now, she says he assaulted her in a store. Where is the CCTV video where this alleged assault happened? I'm having a hard time believing the narrative coming out of the police department when there is no video of the alleged assault. They just want to tell you that this man assaulted an 80-year-old woman. Let's go through the article and find out what they're telling us here. So the headline reads, police, 80-year-old woman sexually assaulted at Woodbridge Hobby Lobby. You couldn't assault her anywhere else? Out of all the places, you assaulted her at Hobby Lobby? And you couldn't assault anybody else but found yourself an 80-year-old woman? I mean, let's continue reading. So that's what the title says. Police are searching for a man who sexually assaulted an 80-year-old woman Wednesday inside the Woodbridge Hobby Lobby store. So, I mean, look, I'm just finding it very difficult to believe. Inside Hobby Lobby, you find yourself an 80-year-old woman, and you go and sexually assault her in the middle of a store. And then just conveniently, there is no CCTV video. I'm just having a very hard time believing the story. Let's continue reading the article. The victim was shopping at the store at 14,000 Shoppers Best Way when she was approached from behind by an unknown man just before noon. An unknown man? What do you mean? There's a CCTV video inside the store. How could he be unknown? All right. The assailant was described as black, between 25 and 35 years old, and about 6 feet tall, and 180 pounds. He had short black hair, brown eyes, and was last seen wearing a gray Nike t-shirt and dark-colored pants. That's it? That's it? That's all we have? That is all we have. That's all we have coming from our local paper. They want to convince us. They want... Wait. All right. They have a picture. Wait. They have a picture. All right. Surveillance image of sexually assault suspect at the Woodbridge Hobby Lobby on July 9, 25th, Prince William County Police. So they give us a picture, but not the CCTV video. Look, it just stinks. What's coming out of this police department? What's coming out of this county? It just doesn't sound right. You found yourself an 80-year-old woman. You sexually assault her in the middle of the store, and the police department is not airing out the CCTV video from this alleged assault. Instead, they give us a picture of this horrible monster. Well, we're asking questions, and what we're saying, with everything that's coming out of this county, I'm sorry, but I have a hard time believing the police department. When I've got a leak in the Mustafa Al-Jazari file, leaked all over the internet, that every police report is falsified, manufacture of probable cause, you're using individuals, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Evelyn Horton, the one that was sexually assaulted, allegedly, and is pretending she's done. How do we know it's not our girl, 80-year-old Evelyn Horton, the one that was at Hobby Lobby? I mean, she does live just around the corner. And the police department love using her as a person that will manufacture probable cause and lie about people. It's not like the police department hasn't done it before. We find that all over the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. They've got Evelyn Horton. They've got the neighbor, Nini. They got Kylie. They got Derek, the wife of the police officer that falsified the police report, the ex-husband, and Glenn Ford himself. Can't forget about Glenn Ford. Let's find his picture. And Glenn Ford, the ex-boyfriend. So when I'm going through the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, and I'm finding that the police department is bringing individuals that will lie and manufacture probable cause about Mustafa. And when you open the police body cam, each one of them tell you we were not there. But the police department entertain that they lie about Mustafa. Why would they not do it with the 80-year-old woman that was allegedly sexually assaulted at Hobby Lobby, yet there is no CCTV video from inside the store? Look, I'm just asking questions. And if you can't get yourself to ask questions and completely, blindly trust a police department who engages in police misconduct on a regular basis, you have problems. You're asleep. This community is either awake or asleep. And I don't think it should be a problem to ask questions. Where is the CCTV video from Hobby Lobby? Can we get the narrative out of this person? Why can't we hear from him? I mean, they're saying that he sexually assaulted an 80-year-old woman at Hobby Lobby in the middle of the day inside the store. Okay? I mean, does he not have a mother? Does he not have a family? Can we get the narrative out of the family? Or our local paper only gives us the narrative out of the police department? If you're in Prince William County and you want to get your side of the story, that, hey, you didn't sexually assault an 80-year-old woman in Hobby Lobby, you're asking for the CCTV video that will show that you never did anything inside the Hobby Lobby, reach out to us. We'll have you on a podcast, and you can say your side of the story. It's sad that our local paper only gives us the narrative out of the police department. It's just sad, especially when they falsified the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, and it's no longer our word against the police department. The body cams and the documents are all over the internet. They murdered the police, Prince William County Police and Virginia State Police murdered Tatiana David, and her body cam is being leaked on the internet, where it shows that they killed and murdered Tatiana David. And they say her boyfriend did it. But on a body cam, we see that the police murdered Tatiana David. And now they want to tell us, and they want us to believe the narrative coming out of that police department. We're going to continue to ask questions, and I think we're entitled to ask questions. And if you have nothing to hide, if this really happened, release a CCTV video. Otherwise, you're just out framing people. An 80-year-old white woman accuses a 22-year-old black man, and the police department just runs with it. Instead, they just give you a mugshot instead of releasing the CCTV video. So let's dive into the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, and picking up where we left off last time. We're going through what the prosecutor is telling us. She's telling us that this is not a vehicle accident, that Mustafa Al-Jazari premeditated this murder. Premeditated this. That this is a murder. This is not a vehicle accident. This is what the prosecutor is telling us in court. Prosecutor Sarah Sami says that she has a witness that's going to come forward and testify that this is not a vehicle accident, that Mustafa premeditated this. Let's listen to what Prosecutor Sarah Sami says.
Another individual came forward to say that this defendant had told Dorothy that he would kill her in the past.
Now, we're in possession of the police body cams, and we've leaked them on the internet, on YouTube, under Not Another Boring Podcast. And we're going through these body cams, and we find the first person that sent an email to Robert Drum telling him that she's a witness that's coming forward to testify that Mustafa premeditated this, and she said Mustafa killed his family. This is not a car accident. Is Evelyn Horton. This is Evelyn Horton. And on the last podcast, we went through her police body cam. And in the body cam, she tells him this is premeditated. But then when she specifically asked, were you there? She says, no, I'm getting my information from Kylie Clapp. So, Evelyn Horton, sweetheart, I know you really want to be a witness, but you disqualified yourself as a witness. You're getting your information from Kylie Clapp. So then we went through the police body cam of Kylie Clapp. This is Kylie Clapp. And in her forensic interview, Kylie Clapp tells you, I'm not the witness. She tells you this is premeditated. And then she tells you, when she's asked a very specific question, did you witness this yourself? Did you hear this yourself? Kylie Clapp tells you, I'm getting my information from Tanisha Coleman or the kids. Kylie, I know you really want to be a witness. You have a history where you're connected to individuals that hate Mustafa. Your dad works for Billy. Billy went viral. He's a club owner out of Arlington. A month before Mustafa met Dorothy, there's a video where he was arguing with Mustafa. He wanted to remove Mustafa off the property that's not his. Mustafa was making a living. And the video is so disturbing that 9 million people saw the video. And the community started boycotting Billy and his establishment. And then we find out that this little girl, her dad, works for Billy. And just happened that this is Dorothy's 16-year-old daughter. She doesn't live with her mom. She doesn't live with Mustafa. She lives with her dad at the hotel. Who's your dad, ma'am? Oh, he works for Billy. He pierces all the strippers for Billy. And now you want to take advantage of a vehicle accident and you want to lie about Mustafa and say this is not a vehicle accident. This is premeditated. Did you hear this yourself? She says, no, I didn't hear it myself. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I got my information from Tanisha Coleman, from the children. Now, the problem here is when you go to Tanisha Coleman, she says, no, I got my information from the children. The children, when you open the police body cams of the children tell you, I got my information that Mustafa abused our mother from Tanisha Coleman, from Kylie, from the ex-boyfriend, from the police themselves. They're weaponizing the children against Mustafa. They're playing a game of ping pong. So, Kylie, I know you want to be a witness so bad, but you said you're not there, you didn't hear it. So, you've disqualified yourself as a witness. You are disqualified. Now, Kylie says she's got her information from Tanisha Coleman, the neighbor. This is Tanisha Coleman. Now, Tanisha Coleman is in possession of the children. When the vehicle accident happened, Mustafa was airlifted to the hospital. Mustafa was in a coma. When he woke up out of a coma, Mustafa was in no shape or form to take care of the children. Dorothy had a 9-year-old child, a 10-year-old child, and a 14-year-old child. While Mustafa was in no position, shape, or form to take care of the children. So he trusted his neighbor. We trusted the neighbor. So she's in possession of the kids. Now, what we're going to go through today is the police body cam where a conversation between the neighbor and the investigator who falsified Mustafa's statements on the police reports. We have evidence that he falsified Mustafa's statements. There's a body cam, a very disturbing body cam. And when you listen to it and understand what's happening in the background, everything will start making sense. This neighbor, Tanisha Coleman, she's in possession of the kids. Mustafa wakes up out of a coma. He's in no position, shape, or form to take care of the children. So she has the children. Now, with her, we're finding out that the ex-boyfriend were there in the apartment. The ex-boyfriend that says, I've been watching Mustafa. That apparently, on a recorded line, he says that he slept with Kylie, the 16-year-old. This was Dorothy's ex-husband who, on a recorded line, says that he slept with the 16-year-old. Wait a minute. You're telling me that ex-boyfriend is in the apartment with you when you're holding on to the kids? Glenn Ford is with Nene, a.k.a. Nene. Her nickname is Nene. Tanisha Coleman in the apartment while the kids are there. 16-year-old Kylie is there. 16-year-old Kylie is connected to a person that hates Mustafa, that has a problem with Mustafa. Kylie's been after Mustafa before the vehicle accident. The ex-boyfriend has been after Mustafa before the vehicle accident. And now a vehicle accident happened, and they're taking advantage of a vehicle accident, and they're weaponizing the children. They're telling the children that Mustafa killed your mother, killed your 5-year-old sister on purpose. And then a phone call happened between the neighbor and the investigator. And to really understand this phone call, you have to know what was going on the scene when the vehicle accident happened. Now, let's listen to a portion of the phone call and then go into the body cams at the scene. Get to know this investigator. Understand the mindset of that investigator. Understand what this investigator was doing. Because when we're going through these police body cams, we're finding out that the police already knew Mustafa. And you have one police officer that says, we've been watching Mustafa. And then that police officer would go to the main investigator and would tell him, knowing Mustafa is drug related. And then this investigator, at one point, says, wherever the fuck that guy goes, follow him. And then he start telling other officers that Mustafa is on drugs. Now, they were so sure that Mustafa was on drugs. I mean, you've got all the police officers are now saying it. They're even getting to a point where they're telling the witnesses that were there that Mustafa's on drugs. And then Mustafa's toxicology report comes out. No drugs, no alcohol. This investigator is so angry, is so upset, that when he gets on the phone call with the neighbor that's in possession of the children, he hears the children are in the background. He hears the children are hanging on to every word he says. And then he tells the neighbor that Mustafa crashed the vehicle on purpose. Killed his girlfriend intentionally. Wait a minute. Every piece of evidence showed that this is a vehicle accident. What are you doing weaponizing the children? And then he says, we're coming over to talk to the children. So you tell the children that Mustafa killed their mother on purpose. And now you want to walk them into a forensic interview? You just weaponize the children against Mustafa. Let's listen to what this investigator is telling Tanisha Coleman on the phone call. And mind you, this is hours after the vehicle accident.
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Was other people hurt?
So there was a driver from another vehicle, Mr. Mustafa.
Yeah, Moses. We know. I don't know him. I know him as Moses.
So he was going one direction on Dumfries Road, and then the Suburban was going the opposite direction on Dumfries Road, and Moses crossed over into oncoming traffic.
Yep. And he fucking intentionally did this shit, y'all. You know, it's just, oh my God. Okay.
You can hear the children are hanging on to every word this investigator says. They gasp. You hear the children in the background. Now, what's disturbing about this whole entire thing? Even if Mustafa did this on purpose, you're not supposed to traumatize the children. What is this investigator doing, telling the person that's in possession of the kids that Mustafa did this on purpose? You're weaponizing the children. Now, when you go on the scene, you'll be shocked to realize that this investigator is saying that Mustafa did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. And we'll go into that body cam. Let's continue this phone call, and then I'll take you to the scene on site where this investigator says that Mustafa avoided every vehicle, made it to the fourth lane, and the SUV is the one that turned into him. Let's continue the phone call. Here, she continues after he tells her that he did this on purpose. The neighbor says, I hope you get his ass. Listen.
Yes, sir. I just hope y'all get his ass, boy, for this. That 5-year-old ain't had nothing to do with what they got going on.
I know. Like I said, it.
Got nothing to do with none of that they got going on. And then she had to go through this, man. Y'all got to do everything. She got 3 boys right here.
Here he says, we're doing everything we can to make sure that we get his ass. Listen.
No, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Thank you.
We're working on it. I promise. That 5-year-old baby had nothing to do with it. She tells him, and he tells her, we're working on it. What do you mean? On the scene, you said that Mustafa did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. And you were so comfortable getting Mustafa, even though he did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident, that he's on drugs. So you're going to be able to lock him up. And then when you find out that this is purely a vehicle accident, no alcohol, no drugs, he did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. I mean, you're sitting there reconstructing the vehicle accident, and you say he avoided every vehicle, made it to the 4th lane, and the SUV turned into him. I've got you on a body cam reconstructing the accident. So what are you doing saying this to a person that's in possession of the children?
No, we're working on it. I promise.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, bye.
We're working on it, he says. All right, so let's go to the scene and watch what this investigator is doing. Here, this is investigator Robert Drum, where he says Mustafa avoided every vehicle, and the only way this vehicle accident was to happen is if the SUV turned into Mustafa. So Mustafa cleared the vehicle in lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, and made it all the way to the 4th lane, and the SUV turned into him. I'm not saying this. This is the investigator that you just heard talk to the neighbor where he's weaponizing the children. This is what he says on the scene.
What you thinking, please?
Trying to find where they spun.
Seems like, yeah. That's a smart play. It's a dead end. Hurts
Because the damage is on the right, which caused them to flip that way. So.
And then it finally broke off with Zoop.
So that's her.
They're coming in sideways.
Yep.
Gets popped, rotates.
And she just rolls backwards.
So here's the question: which way did they? Because she comes straight, she hits.
She would have turned into it.
She would have turned into him. That's what Robert Drum says on the scene.
Turn this way, or he gets hit. You turn and gets hit. Boom! Rotates all the way around. Okay. Which also is indicative, and goes there.
The only way this accident could happen is she would have turned into him. She would have to turn into Mustafa. So Mustafa clears the 1st lane, the 2nd lane, the 3rd lane, the 4th lane, and the SUV turned into Mustafa. This is another body cam of Chad Mason, another investigator on the scene, who says that the SUV turned into Mustafa.
Stories. This is them spitting out. I don't think so.
What caused that? Because look at the.
I don't think so.
Their right front, because the A-arm's down.
Right here, boom, and then.
Look back there.
No, so they're both doing 45-50 quotish, right? So the weight difference between the car and this one, especially
so
with the weight being up
you're
front.
You're definitely putting it over there farther. That's a hell of an impact. Do you see any gouges?
The rims start kicking up. No, you might be right. We'll work our way back.
Because you're seeing where it spins and rolls here.
I think he's fucking right.
We get to spin here.
Yeah.
We know that this is this.
Think about the hit.
Question drop now.
It's immediately knocking this over,
that's
and
all-
then
what's
this
this?
spinning and rolling over.
So that's all the truck.
You got this one coming this way. That rail comes there. That's from the truck.
Yeah.
You know
Listen to that one more time where Chad Mason says the SUV coming into the fourth lane. Listen to this part.
So that's all the truck.
You got this one coming this way. That rail comes there. That's from the truck.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, that gets
Now pay attention to
detached upon.
why is if they're talking about that the SUV turned into Mustafa, you've got Chad Mason saying it, you've got Robert Drum saying it. Why did he mark the point of impact in the third lane? If you zoom in, see if I can zoom in. You see the mark on the third lane? You see how he has it marked? Let me see if I can go back to it. You see the orange mark on the third lane? If you count the lanes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why did Robert Drum mark the third lane? The point of impact is in the fourth lane. But yet he has the third lane marked. They want to say that Mustafa never made it to the fourth lane. So they seal off this body cam. They falsify the RAN reports. By the way, when you read the discovery, the RAN report, you're not going to find this. This is nowhere in the RAN report. This is only on the police body cam. A sealed police body cam. The Commonwealth Attorney went and sealed off the whole file. You can't look at these body cams. You can't verify that this investigator on the scene, they're saying that Mustafa cleared into the fourth lane. So how are you charging him with murder? Oh, that's right. You're going to mark the third lane, write the report, and leave that out of the written report. We're not going to talk about what you said on the scene. That the only way this vehicle accident would happen is if Mustafa cleared all the vehicles, made it to the fourth lane, and the SUV turned into him. But yet, you're here telling Kim Coleman that Mustafa, they're on purpose, and you're going to do everything you can.
I promise.
You're working on it.
Yes, ma'am.
You're working on it, and you're going to... What did you tell her here?
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Was other people hurt?
So there was a driver from another vehicle, Mr. Mustafa.
Yeah, Moses. We know. I don't know him. I know him as Moses.
So he was going one direction on Dumfries Road, and then the Suburban was going the opposite direction on Dumfries Road, and Moses crossed over into oncoming traffic.
Yep. And he fucking intentionally did this shit, y'all. You know, it's just, oh my God. Okay.
So we'll figure this out, and we'll go from there. But like I said, one thing at a time, and I'll send somebody out to come take a report. Okay?
Yes, sir. I just hope y'all get his ass, boy, for this. That 5-year-old ain't had nothing to do with what they got going on.
I know. Like I said, it
Got nothing to do with none of that they got going on. And then she had to go through this, man. Y'all got to do everything. She got 3 boys right here.
No, we're working on it. I promise.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, bye.
You know, I could never wrap my head around listening to how the phone call started. When you go back to the beginning of the phone call, Robert Drum is introducing himself to Tanisha Coleman, the neighbor. And then as he's introducing himself, he began to chuckle, laugh in the middle of his sentence. And I could never really wrap my head around what is this investigator and why is he laughing when he's introducing himself to Nene, until I watched what was happening on the scene. You have officers that as soon as they get on the scene, they mark Mustafa. They're telling this investigator, we've been watching Mustafa. And then they began painting Mustafa as a person that's using drugs, that this accident, the only way this accident happened is if Mustafa is on drugs. And they began telling each other, this main investigator began telling other officers that he's on drugs, telling witnesses that Mustafa is on drugs. And then Mustafa's toxicology comes out. No alcohol and no drugs. And that's when you see this investigator gets upset. And now, Mustafa is not speeding. Mustafa is not speeding. He's not reckless. He's driving normal. On dash camera, it shows this is a vehicle accident. He did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. You heard the investigator on the scene tell the other investigator, 2 investigators, they're saying that cleared all the lanes, made it to the 4th lane. And the SUV turned into Mustafa. You have a witness that says that Mustafa is hitting the brake. You have Mustafa's skid marks from the 2 calipers that worked. The police mechanic inspect the vehicle and find 2 calipers that did not work. This investigator was so comfortable that, hey, they got Mustafa on drugs. And then when the toxicology comes out and they realize that this is a vehicle accident, but we have to get this guy, whatever it takes, they weaponize the children. You want to tell me that this investigator doesn't know that Tanisha Coleman, the neighbor, is in possession of the kids? You want to tell me that he never talked to her before this phone call? Let's listen to how the phone call started.
Hey, is this Kim?
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum with the Princeton County Crash Unit.
Hey, how you doing?
Why is he laughing? Let's listen to that one more time.
Is this Kim?
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum.
We're going to listen to it one more time.
Is this Kim?
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum with the Princeton County Crash Unit.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, is this Kim?
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum with the...
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum with the... Hey, this is Investigator Drum...
Yes.
Hey, this is Investigator Drum with the Princeton County... Hey, this is Investigator Drum...
You have 2 fatalities. Mustafa's in a coma. And you're laughing? What is so goddamn funny? Or you know what you're doing. You couldn't get Mustafa, but you have to get this guy at all cost. You're going to weaponize the children. Throughout this phone call, you'll hear that Tanisha Coleman is telling him the children are there. You can hear the children are in the background. You can hear that she's on speaker and the children are hanging on to every word that you say. And then you tell her, Mustafa killed your mother on purpose. We're going to come over and talk to the children. You just weaponize the children against Mustafa. Let's go back into the scene and see what they were doing on scene. And as soon as they got on scene, what the police officer is talking about. This is Officer Casey Fine. Casey Fine, as soon as he gets on scene, he tells the main investigator that Mustafa is on drugs. And he's laughing while Mustafa is laying behind him in front of his vehicle in a coma. And he's laughing at Mustafa, and he's painting that Mustafa is on drugs. Let's listen to this clip.
45-20, that'll be 3. I'm already here. And then Mason and Wilhelm are on their way.
All right, sure. You want to take pictures while you do anything else?
No, we'll figure out where the bodies are going in a minute. Witnesses, anybody say what happened?
Yeah, there's a lady right over here in the black. She saw everything.
Okay.
I believe. This car is the at fault. This is the driver of that vehicle. Okay.
Thank you. So at fault so far. Crossed over what, oncoming traffic?
I'm not 100% sure. Knowing him though, it's probably drug related.
Okay. If that's the case, I want somebody to go get a blood draw. If he's driving?
They said he's driving, but I've had contact with him before, not driving, but he was out of it.
See if somebody can get somebody to do a blood draw on him. Apparently the kid and mom already did.
Okay. License for that SUV.
Fine, SUV. So apparently I think the kid's dead and the mom's gonna die.
He said kid is still alive currently.
Okay. He's telling me that guy's probably drug related. So I need a blood draw on Donkey.
You get in a vehicle accident. You lose your family. You're in a coma in front of your vehicle. And the officers that get on scene are laughing and painting you as a drug user. Mustafa does not have a history, any criminal history, has perfect driving history, does not have a history of doing drugs, but yet you have Casey Fines that says, I've had interaction with Mustafa. He was out of it. Where are the police reports, sir? Where are the police reports that you've had interaction with Mustafa, that he was out of it? It's not in the discovery. But you've got a case out of 2018 when the police violated Mustafa's rights and he ended up suing the police. Over $500,000, Mustafa was suing the police. A case that dragged from 2018 all the way to the day of the vehicle accident. That's in the file. But I'm not finding anything where you interacted with Mustafa and he's on drugs or being out of it. But you're going to tell the main investigator, lie to the main investigator, that knowing him is drug related. And you're laughing. Mustafa had a lawsuit against the police and he was being harassed. And that's why he had a dash camera inside his car. Over $500,000 lawsuit. And every time me and Mustafa, we would go somewhere and promote the business, the police would harass my brother. Now, I'm going to play a video. A very disturbing video. That's going to, when you watch this video, you'll understand why these officers are doing what they're doing. I mean, who is Mustafa? What was going on with Mustafa? Mustafa had a lawsuit over $500,000. And every time Mustafa would go somewhere, the police will harass him. Now, at one point, this happens. I mean, this video is so disturbing. It's weird to go into someone's vehicle, pull them over, pretend that there's a broken tail light, and then an officer is coaching another officer about Mustafa. We know him. We're watching him. He lived off of Onville Road. Let's watch. This is before the vehicle accident.
Not really, no.
So they're
Like a bunch of assholes.
They're the Alcazars. They're being watched.
They live off of Ongo. You know these guys?
Not really, no.
So they're
Like a bunch of assholes.
They're the Algezars. They're being watched. They live off of Ongo.
What happened?
They're upset that Mustafa was suing the police, that Mustafa asserts his rights. He knows his rights, and he's suing the police, and it's a $500,000 lawsuit. So what do? They harass Mustafa. You have a vehicle accident that happened, and they're taking advantage of it. They're painting Mustafa as a person that's doing drugs. This is Mustafa's toxicology report. It shows no alcohol and no drugs. They're so upset. Blood alcohol, non-detected. Blood alcohol, this is Mustafa's toxicology. Blood alcohol, non-detected. THC, 0.0003. No alcohol and no drugs. Now, you have another officer that shows up and says this about Mustafa. Casey Fines also tells the main investigator that Officer Duplessis and Patrol, they've been watching Mustafa.
I don't know if he's going to make it through there. We should have just flipped him around. Yeah? You don't remember his name?
Mustafa is his name.
Mustafa.
I called Duplessis. I got his name, mom's name, and kid's name. That's the dead one.
Dorothy Fontaine says.
So not only that you're watching Mustafa, you're watching the family of Mustafa. Here you have another officer that says, oh yeah, I remember being briefed about that cat. That's him. We were briefed about that cat. Let's listen to what Rob is telling us.
Hey, I talked to Grantham on the other one, and he said that they look like. So we're good. We're good.
Sorry.
Everything's
We'll call you next time.
Hey, can I be honest with you? I didn't even know that cat. I do now. I remember now that it was brought up.
I remember now. It was brought up. Been briefed about that cat.
Call you next time.
Hey, can I be honest with you? I didn't even know that cat. I do now. I remember now that it was brought up.
Mustafa was being watched. Mustafa was being harassed by the police. He had a $500,000 lawsuit, and a vehicle happens, and they began taking advantage of the vehicle accident. Even though every piece of evidence show this is a car accident. This is what the witness on scene is saying, that she heard brakes. Mustafa hit the brake. The computer inside the vehicle and Mustafa's vehicle showed that Mustafa's foot is on the brake the whole entire time. The SUV never hit the brake. The computer inside her vehicle showed that she never hit the brake. Mustafa's foot is on the brake the whole entire time. This is what the witness says about Mustafa.
Yeah, call you on. Over 48, John. 137 to 480.
Hi. Did one of you guys see the crash?
We didn't actually see it. He was driving right behind us. So
The Charger? Or the Chrysler?
we heard it and turned around, and I was the only one who could get on with 911. So
What happened? Like, did you see
he
him?
was coming this way. We heard brakes skid, and we looked back, and
What lane were you guys driving in?
I was in the far one because we were going to turn in to go to Target.
We heard brake skid.
Okay. And he was just driving behind you? Did you see any behavior before that indicated there was anything going on?
Nope.
Didn't see him speeding or swerving?
Not that I know of. I mean, yeah, the skids,
So when you heard skidding, when you looked back, what did you see?
them over there, and that car, and I heard her screaming, the SUV driver.
Okay. Did
screaming,
you
and she got out.
see the car as it was in motion or after it had hit the wall?
After I hit the wall, right?
Okay.
And then I just called 911 after pulling over, and everyone else was saying they couldn't even get through, so I was the only one.
Yeah, there was a lot of people calling at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you please fill this out for me? This is just a witness statement.
Okay.
Basically, just everything that you just told me.
Okay.
So you were driving this direction,
Yep.
car was driving behind you, didn't see any.
This is a firefighter that's putting sand absorbent on the 4th lane. Now, when a vehicle impacts another vehicle, when a vehicle strikes another vehicle, the first thing that happens is the radiator would flush out of the vehicle. The radiator flush. Now, in this body cam, you'll see that the firefighter is putting sand absorbent on the 4th lane. We just heard the two investigators, Robert Drum and Chad Mason, talk about the only way this vehicle accident would happen is if Mustafa clears all lanes, all vehicle, makes it to the 4th lane, and the SUV turns into Mustafa. Now, I remind this community, Mustafa is being charged with murder. Now, if he cleared all the vehicles, his foot is on the brake the whole entire time. And the SUV is the one that turned into him. How is he being charged with murder? How does that make any sense? Let's watch what the firefighter is doing on this body cam. You see that right there? The firefighter is putting sand absorbent on the 4th lane where the radiator flushed from the SUV. The SUV turned into Mustafa. So he's not speeding. His foot is on the brake the whole entire time. He clears every vehicle, makes it to the 4th lane. The SUV turns into him. And the whole entire accident, it happens because he was trying to pass a vehicle in front of him. He's trying to pass a vehicle in front of him. He takes the wrong lane. A vehicle speeds up. He can't get back into traffic because a vehicle blocked him. There is nowhere to go. He hits the brake. And the brake failed. There is brake failure. There's only 2 calipers that worked. His foot, the computer inside the vehicle showed that his foot is on the brake the whole entire time. He managed to get the vehicle from speed limit, which is 55, to 35. But the vehicle does not stop. Now, he can't get back into traffic. The vehicle doesn't stop. When the lane ends, the way the lane is... The way the lane on Fortuna Drive is, when the lane ends, you're in oncoming traffic. Because the road curves. So when the lane ends, you're already in oncoming traffic. Now, what did Mustafa do when he's already in oncoming traffic? He finds himself in oncoming traffic. He avoids the 1st lane, the 2nd lane, the 3rd lane, makes it all the way to the 4th lane, and the SUV turns into him. This is a video that we posted, a body cam. The police mechanic inspected Mustafa's vehicle and find brake failure. This is the body cam.
Brake didn't engage.
Brake did not engage. The computer inside the vehicle showed that Mustafa's foot is on the brake the whole entire time. But the brake does not work. The front passenger and the back passenger doesn't work. This is a body cam. The police mechanic is inspecting Mustafa's vehicle and they find brake failure. We posted this video on YouTube and so far it went up to 23,000 views, 709 views. We're asking everybody duet the video. Go on YouTube. There's an option where you can duet the video. It's under Not Another Boring Podcast. And YouTube, when you duet it, is going to push it forward. It's going to let the community see what is happening in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. This police body cam is sealed by the county. Commonwealth Amy Ashworth went to a judge and sealed off the body cam. This is a leak. We leaked this body cam that show what is going on in Mustafa's case. Now, the media is not covering the details out of this case. They're covering the narrative out of the police department. That this is a murder, that Mustafa did this on purpose. Why haven't you heard on NBC4 or Fox 5 that, hey, the police inspected the vehicle and found brake failure? You want to tell me the police department is not lying in this case? Why haven't you heard about this body cam? Why are you hearing about it on YouTube? The police department is engaged in lying to the community. Julie Carey with NBC4 is lying to the community. Well, ma'am, the body cam is being leaked on the internet. You can no longer lie for the police department. You can no longer lie for Chief of Police Peter Newsham. You can no longer lie for the Commonwealth Attorney Amy Ashworth. The community is watching the police body cam where they found brake failure in Mustafa's vehicle. 23,000 people saw it. But yet this investigator is telling the individual that's in possession of the kids that Mustafa killed his girlfriend on purpose. Let's listen to what this investigator is telling Tanisha Coleman.
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Was other people hurt?
So there was a driver from another vehicle, Mr. Mustafa.
Yeah, Moses. We know. I don't know him. I know him as Moses.
So he was going one direction on Dumfries Road, and then the Suburban was going the opposite direction on Dumfries Road, and Moses crossed over into oncoming traffic.
Yep. And he fucking intentionally did this shit, dog. You know, it's just, oh my God. Okay.
So, you hear the children are gasping in the background. I mean, imagine children. You hear the children. He knows the children are in the background. You can hear the children hanging on every single word that he says. And he says, Mustafa, your mom's boyfriend, the person that you trusted, killed your mother. And you hear the children gasp in the background. And then the phone call continues.
Yes, sir. I just hope y'all get his ass.
Where he says, we will get him. Why are you angry, sir? Are you angry because you found that it's Mustafa? Are you angry because his blood toxicology show no alcohol, no drugs? You got to get him at all cost, whatever it takes. Even if it's traumatizing and weaponizing a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old. Whatever it takes, Robert Drum. Ain't that right, sir? Whatever it takes, right, sir?
But if that 5-year-old ain't had nothing to do with what they got going on.
I know. Like I said, it
got nothing to do with none of that they got going on. And then she had to go through this, man. Y'all got to do it every day. She got 3 boys right here.
And you find out.
No, we're working on it. I promise.
We're working on it, he says.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, bye.
He's working on it. And then when you find out that the person that's in possession of the kids is Nene. With her is you've got Kylie in the background, and you've got Glenn Ford. Let's pull him up real quick so that way we can talk about the background and what is going on in the background. This is Glenn Ford. right, let's bring him with the rest of everybody. There we go. All right. So you've got Glenn Ford. That's the ex-boyfriend. Imagine you get in a vehicle accident. You're in a coma. You get helicoptered to the hospital. And the people that are in possession of the children that loved you and trusted you, you're the father figure in their life, is the ex-boyfriend, is a 16-year-old that apparently is connected to a person that hates you, that has a problem with you, and Tanisha Coleman, and they're sitting, making a circle around those children, and now the police are telling children that, hey, Mustafa, the person you trusted, killed your mother. This is Kylie. I mean, when you find out who Kylie is, let's see if we have a video of Kylie and Billy and the history that she has with the person that hates Mustafa. Just so that everybody understands what is going on that's surrounding this phone call. There we go. This is Billy.
Get off my property. How many times?
There we go.
Get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck off it.
I got this whole thing on
You
video.
hear good? Get the fucking keep it up. And goddamn it, I'm telling you, you're gonna fucking go.
Are you gonna assault me?
You're gonna fucking get off my property. How many times do I have to tell him, officer? Get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck off it.
I got this whole thing on
You
video.
hear good? Get the fuck off my property. You get the fuck off
You're
it.
gonna go to jail, bro.
Yeah, you watch who goes to fucking jail. How many times have you heard how many times I've told him? And you'll fucking see where we're standing. Get the fuck off my property, motherfucker.
Bitch, stop standing.
Fuck you. Get off the fucking keep it up. And goddamn it,
So
I'm
that
telling
you
you.
understand what is going on in the background when this phone call happened. You've got, this is Billy, and if you're local here in Virginia, Billy Jr., Billy Bain Jr. owns a club out of Arlington, Crystal City Strip Club, Crystal City Restaurant. If you Google it, you'll find it. It's in Crystal City. A month before Mustafa met Dorothy, 1 month before Mustafa met Dorothy, this happened. Me and Mustafa, we were there. We were promoting our business. We were in the parking lot. This is not his parking lot. He comes out of nowhere and attempting to remove Mustafa. This video goes viral. 9 million people saw this video. The community started boycotting Billy's establishment. And you want to tell me a month later, Mustafa meets a girl and her daughter, this little cunt, works for Billy? Are you fucking kidding me? And now in the background, with a neighbor and the ex-boyfriend, weaponizing the children against Mustafa? And you can't tell me what is. Kylie is in the background. Tanisha Coleman, Kylie, the ex-boyfriend, they're in possession of the kids, and they're in the apartment telling the children that Mustafa did this on purpose. And now the investigator pitches in, and he says he did it on purpose. When he's on the scene saying that Mustafa cleared all the vehicles, he's so angry that Mustafa's toxicology show no alcohol and no drugs. Unfortunately for them, there's a Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows the children love Mustafa. I mean, when you talk to the children, when you open the body cam, the forensic interviews, you find out that the children are saying that they told us that Mustafa abused our mother. We didn't see him abuse our mother. Who's telling you? They say Tanisha Coleman, Kylie, the ex-boyfriend. That's interesting. So they weaponize the children. And now even the children are saying, I mean, they're children. At the end of the day, children will always tell the truth. That's why they sealed off their body cams. I mean, at one point, this is what Javen says, the 14-year-old child. This is what they're telling Javen. They're telling that 14-year-old child that Mustafa ran away, left your 5-year-old baby sister to bleed to death, and if he hadn't ran away, we could have saved her. Mustafa was in a coma. Mustafa was airlifted to the hospital. What are they doing lying to Javen, the 14-year-old child? They're weaponizing this child against Mustafa. Let's listen to what Javen is talking about.
When he got into the car crash, the detective said he jumped out and ran, left my baby sitting there. And if he just thought to bring her to the hospital, maybe she would have made it, but she didn't because he decided to be a coward. And now she's gone. And now all I have is my 2 brothers. She was the sweetest. She would never even hurt a fly. She was innocent too. 25. And my mom's gone. Now she's gone. It's because of one man that I trusted. My mom kept on telling me he's a good guy. I kept on saying, okay. Alright, I told her, I had my suspicions and I should have went with my gut. I knew something wasn't right. And I still believed her, and that's why they're gone today.
What did Javen say? Detective told me that Mustafa ran away, jumped out, left my 5-year-old baby to bleed to death. We could have saved her if he hadn't run away. This is Mustafa. This is Mustafa. That right there is Mustafa in front of his vehicle. You see where all the firefighters, the paramedics huddled around? That's Mustafa in the background. While Casey Fines is lying about Mustafa, laughing and painting that he's knowing him, he's on drugs, Mustafa's in a coma in front of his vehicle. But they're telling 14-year-old Javen that Mustafa ran away, left your 5-year-old baby sister to bleed to death. Weaponizing that child against Mustafa.
Take pictures while you do anything else.
No, we'll figure out where the bodies are going in a minute. Witnesses, anybody see what happened?
Yeah, there's a lady right over here in the black. She saw everything.
Okay.
I believe. This car is the at fault. This is the driver of that vehicle. Okay.
Thank you. So at fault so far. Crossed over what, oncoming traffic?
I'm not 100% sure. Knowing him though, it's probably drug related.
Okay. And he is laughing. That's Mustafa's toxicology report. And it shows no alcohol, no drugs. They're so angry, so they began weaponizing the children against Mustafa. Unfortunately for them, there's a Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows how much the children, how much his girlfriend love Mustafa. It's a beautiful relationship. Now, this is the Google Nest video, and we're going over an hour, so this is a good point to wrap this podcast up. And then when we come back next time, we're going to play the Google Nest video and we'll end it with this video. When we come back next time, we're going to continue going through the phone call between Robert Drum and Tanisha Coleman. Now that we know the background and what is happening on the scene, we have perspective. Who's he talking to? Who is Tanisha Coleman? Who's in the background? What is going on and how they're weaponizing the children? Why are the police angry? They're angry because Mustafa had a lawsuit and they thought that they can take advantage of a vehicle accident. So what do? They weaponize the children. He's not speeding, no alcohol, no drugs. He did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. So what do? they weaponize the children. Unfortunately for them, this is a Google Nest that shows how beautiful the relationship is. Mustafa is a father figure in those children's life. Their father wasn't around. Divine Jones wasn't around. Where was Divine Jones? He wasn't around. Mustafa met Dorothy. It's a beautiful relationship, and he took on the children. I want to thank Shelly, Casey, Becky, Farah. I love you, ma'am. Thank you for being there. Laurie. And everybody that's been here, if I forgot your name, Bustos, Dre. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to tell everybody that we're gearing up to do podcasts in front of the White House, where we have all the equipment. Bustos, I love you, ma'am. Making this possible with the equipment that we have and getting the podcast to where it is now. I love you, ma'am. Shelly, I love you, ma'am. Thank you for doing everything that you do behind closed doors. Farah, I love you, ma'am. You're always there. Casey, Becky, I want to have a conversation with everybody on how we're going to be able to podcast in front of the White House. And we have everything we need. We're going to have a conversation. I ask everybody to remember Mustafa's Legal Fund. Mustafa's Legal Fund is a Cash App. It's Mustafa Legal Fund. Obviously, to do a podcast in front of the White House, we need the resources to be able to pull this off. And we're going to be in front of the White House, and we're going to call on President Trump to look into the police body cams and the documents in Mustafa Al-Jazari's case. A whole entire case is based on falsified police reports, individuals that are brought into this case that are manufacturing probable cause, a vehicle that's crushed and staged, a file that's sealed so no one can get to the bottom of what is going on in this case, a dash camera where they cut the dash camera before impact, they mute the dash camera. Now we have information that they have the audio. There's a document that shows they have the audio. 17 frames are missing from Mustafa's facial reaction. 17 frames. I mean, this is disturbing. A whole entire case is based on falsified police reports. They falsified the whole entire case. And I thought it was just Robert Drum. You've got multiple investigators that are falsifying police reports. The body cams does not reflect the real reports in this case. So we want to hold a podcast, multiple podcasts in front of the White House and call on President Trump to look into this case. And President Trump, this is happening in your backyard, sir. So out of Prince William County, you have a Commonwealth attorney that thinks she's above the law. Well, unfortunately for her, we have the file. It's being leaked all over the internet. And the body cam that she's hiding, where Mustafa's vehicle has brake failure, is over.
I'm not making money. I gotta go make some money. Like, okay.
Is now over 24,000 views. So even though the media wants to pretend and avoid talking about this case, it's all over social media. And we're tiptoeing around this channel going viral. The media will no longer cover and protect this police department that's lying about Mustafa. And I'll leave you with the home videos that shows, even though they wanted to lie about Mustafa and his relationship with the kids, Dorothy's kids, and his relationship with his girlfriend, the Google Nest videos show it's a beautiful relationship. And we have days on days of Google Nest videos that shows it's a beautiful relationship. Thank you for being here. I love everybody. This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cams. Judge Carol Weimer, you're under the microscope.
On because you're going with me. Just
I'm not
on because you're going with me.
It's not that late. I like her. Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you ready to go up back?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. I'm trying to
I need a
get you
screwdriver
up.
too.
Alright, let's go to bed and watch some movies.
Alright, everybody needs to
Farrell,
stop
lock
crying.
the door. Oh yeah, he didn't want to. Farrell didn't want to get wet, so he locked the door and left everybody out.
Don't be mad.
Okay, let me
No, it's not gonna work. I promise you.
Where's the thing?
It's not gonna work. I swear to God.
Hey, everybody out of my room.
What about Sean? Can he stay?
Out.
What about
We're
Ken?
going out
Can
too,
he stay?
Moses.
Oh man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Man, son. Stop being a crybaby.
Oh, good boy. All right. I'm on this side. Hey, Sean. I can't let you do that. Matthew, run! Ha! It's a trick! Yeah, stay down. What the hell is that? Do you need some water to wake up, sir? Want some water? Yeah. No.
Oh, hell no. Protect her. Mom, Sean's being a bad boy.
Well, you can feel that, yeah. Don't close. Okay?
Mom, you're next.
You need some water to wake you up? On your feet? I know. I know your feet. Bro, it's going for
What are you guys doing? What the fuck is this? What is this horseplay shit?
I'll beat your ass.
No,
I'll do you.
I'll put you in the fucking frying pan and cook you up like fucking pork chop, bitch.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You know, I can fight. You guys don't know.
Man, oh, your grandma slipped on the fucking.
What's up, dog?
Oh, your grandma slipped on the fucking sponge. Don't you? Oh, your grandma eat a Big Mac right now. Nah. Oh, your grandma eat a fucking Big Mac right now.
Oh, wait out!
Oh, shit! Yeah, you in the hole! 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 Sean, Sean, get him, Sean! Sean, like that!
Didn't work.
Oh, shit!
Shimmy. Ow! My skin! Ow! I can't. Get over here! Bro, man, at the top of his head.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. One more?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, he's doing the NLE chocolate. He's doing it. NBA never broke again. NBA young boy.
JB guy. Hey, look at him. He's 30.
Oh, your hand. Oh, I can break your hands. I don't want to be tough. I don't want to be strong with you, man. Hey, listen, man. We gotta stop horse playing. Where they He's sad. He's like, give me some more when I'm thirsty.
Oh, give that shit in my mouth.
Exactly.
Let's
not stop.
Stop!
Stop before I smack you with this water.
Hey.
Stop!
Are you done fucking around?
God damn it, man.
You got me wet.
Shit! Mom! Everybody push the door open. Everybody push the door open.
This is what he gets for doing what he's doing to my mom. It's what you get for beating up my mom, no school.
Hey, yo, he gay. Yeah, get it.
Oh, shit.
He got me. He got me. He got me. He got me. Look at him. Look at him.
Sean, that's a great idea.
Damn. We gotta get the whole gallon. Back up. Back.
No, Sean, that's Scott.
Oh, his head got stuck. All right, no more horse playing. You guys, somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Stop, stop. What are you doing with that? That's not water. That's not water. That's soda. All right, are you guys gonna stop?
Yeah.
No, that's not water. That's soda. That's soda. That's not water.
Water over.
That's not. What the fuck? Water. No, that's soda.
King.
That's crazy.
Wait, let me help you. Here, quick. Wait, what's...
Not like that.
Okay. Alright, now, here you go.
Stop.
Fat chicken nugget.
Hey, bro, I swear.
That's not.
Stop. I'm on your team. Stop. I'm on your team.
No, you're not. You're lying. That's crazy.
I'm not lying.
Wait, why are you shooting me?
I'm done. I'm done.
That's it, son.
Get him.
In a cell, no trial, no voice. Truth buried deep, but we ain't got no choice. They tried to erase them, break them apart, but we scream free Mustafa. From the soul, from the heart. They falsified the paper, twisted every word, turned a car crash to murder, like justice never heard. Dorothy and Empress, angels in the sky. Now they blame a broken man while the real ones lie. A badge and a pen, that's all it took. Sign his fate with a false report and a dirty look.
Wherever the fuck is on the other side, where the fuck that guy goes, follow him.
We scream, mission, exposing the game to Trump and Cash. Hear our cry, bring the truth to light, let the innocent fly. Amy Ashworth, playing judge and the jury in a county so dirty, soaked in fury. Police and the courts all in on the plot. They framed an innocent man and left his soul to rot. But his family's out marching, banners held high, while supporters flood timelines, refusing to lie. They want silence, we give them the storm. Truth blazing through like justice reborn. Every post, every chant, every sleepless night is a spark in the dark that's ready to ignite. This ain't just a song, it's a battle cry for every soul locked up while the guilty lie. We free Mustafa, loud through the chains. Justice corrupted, drowning in pain. From the cell block to the street, we'll never stop till the walls fall down and the charges drop. Free Mustafa, it's more than a name, it's a movement, a mission, exposing the game to Trump and Cash. Hear our cry, bring the truth to light, let the innocent fly. 2 years too long, time to rise above. Truth is power when fueled by love. So we'll march, we'll fight, we'll never let go until Mustafa walks free and the whole world knows. 2 years in a cell, no trial, no voice. Truth buried deep, but we ain't got no choice. They tried to erase him, break him apart, but we scream free Mustafa. From the soul, from the heart. They falsified the paper, twisted every word, turned a car crash to murder like justice never heard. Dorothy and Empress, angels in the sky. Now they blame a broken man while the real ones lie. A badge and a pen.